लोग बोलते हैं बेचारी, हाय उसको वो हो गया। मैं बोलती हूँ प्लीज, आई एम नॉट बेचारी, आई विल पुल थ्रू इट, I'm a survivor and I've never liked playing the victim card. I know I have cancer and I'm going to pull through it.
Who is your inspiration as you work out? Your brother is one of the fitness icons. All of us look up to him.
My brother, my dad,
Right.
and my mom, because touch wood, my parents are so fit as their age. And yeah, seeing my brother never give up. He
Right.
works so hard with his, physique, what he eats. And I've seen it like obviously personally.
Sunaina, what is the one thing that you would want your daughter to know or to learn from your life? Brain TB, cervical cancer, diabetes, hypertension, depression, liver failure, kidney issues, ये जो सारी बड़ी बड़ी बीमारियां हैं, इनमें से एक भी किसी औरत को जिंदगी भर के लिए तोड़ने के लिए बहुत है। पर आज हर हेल्थ के इस एपिसोड में मैं आपको एक ऐसी महिला से मिलाऊंगी जिन्होंने इन सारी बीमारियों को मात दी और आज वो अपने कंसिस्टेंट वर्कआउट्स, अपनी हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल से मिलियंस को इंस्पायर कर रही हैं अपने सोशल मीडिया प्रोफाइल के थ्रू। आज हर हेल्थ के इस पॉडकास्ट में मेरे साथ हैं सुनैना जी, सुनैना रोशन। वेलकम टू द पॉडकास्ट।
Thank you for having me here, Doc.
It's such a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
And as I was, recounting the list of diseases,
Yeah.
मेरे खुद के रोंगटे खड़े हो रहे थे, because as a doctor, I know each one of these diseases, even one is enough to kill somebody's spirit.
Kill somebody, yeah. It's like, it's been challenging, but worth it.
मैंने एक जगह पढ़ा, आपने लिखा था, I choose to play the survivor card, not the victim card.
Oh yeah, I've never liked playing the victim card. Because मेरे को जब लोग बोलते हैं बेचारी, हाय उसको वो हो गया, मैं बोलती हूँ प्लीज, आई एम नॉट बेचारी, आई विल पुल थ्रू इट, I'm a survivor and I've never liked playing the victim card. Like last year when I had a fracture while training in the gym, people, hi Bichari, abhi training kar rahi thi. And I just said, no, I'm not Bichari. I'll pull through it. मुझे Bichari का वो ही नहीं चाहिए नाम. People call me with Bichari. Hi. मेरे को वो बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगता. I want to be known as, yeah, she'll pull through it. She's positive. मेरे को वो Bichari word does not exist for me at all.
सुनैना, आपकी जर्नी में ना मैंने एक बहुत खास बात देखी कि आप बहुत ओपन रही हैं। आपने सर्वाइकल कैंसर को मात दिया। बहुत सारे लोग इस चीज को अपने तक ही रखते हैं, बताना नहीं चाहते हैं, बट यू हैड बीन वेरी ओपन अबाउट योर सर्वाइकल कैंसर जर्नी। सो टेल मी, हाउ वाज इट डायग्नोज्ड? व्हाट वाज द जर्नी लाइक?
When I started getting a lot of blood clot, when I had my periods, I could feel like mucus of blood falling. लेकिन मैंने ज़्यादा ध्यान नहीं दिया. And also at that point, I was working with Dad, and it was my first movie as a co-producer. And I just said, my mom said कि नहीं, गाना को दिखाना पड़ेगा. So I remember doing like the first few blood tests, और उसमें आया C1, C2, C3. So I just joked with Mom, it's cancer. She's like, what rubbish are you talking? And so one test led to the other. And first, I didn't know about it at that time when I was doing the PET scan and everything. And and I remember that, for my family knew about it at that point, but they didn't know how to tell me. So I remember I was at Leelabadi Hospital with Dr. Kiran Coelho, the last sonography before, they could tell me. And I was up in the lift with her. And I just said, Doc, I have cancer, right? And she goes like, yeah. And then I knew, my family knew. They didn't know, I knew. So I knew that once I enter into that room, I have to be smiling, happy. And that's what I exactly did. I said, guys, I know I have cancer and I'm going to pull through it.
Oh my God.
So, and I think that kind of gave them a little bit of reassurance that, she's going to fight it.
The cancer that you had was a very rare kind of cancer,
Yeah, the
isn't it?
lymphoma of the cervix. It's one of the rarest cancers in the world. And I got treated with Dr. Sachin Almo at Hinduja. And
What was the treatment like? I'm sure it was not a very easy treatment to undergo, being a very rare cancer. What was the lowest point in that journey?
for me, my lowest point was when my hair started falling in like bits and pieces. And I just told my mom, I'm going to go to the parlor. It was really very heartbreaking for, to see, acha, either se ek baal gir gaya, I said, ek hi dafa mein I'll go bald. And I think that's the only time I cried and cried and cried the day I had to go bald. Because 7, 8 years back, like people are going bald now and showing it to the world. But at that time,
Oh, yes.
that wasn't the case. People were not, like brave enough or strong enough to come
Yes.
and show them their baldness. And I think during my first chemo, मुझे डॉक्टर ने हर ड्रिप अलग से दिया to check if I had a reaction, if I would have a reaction. And the only thing, I think, when we entered the ICU, मैंने खाली एक ही चीज पूछा, Doc, will my hair fall? I think he must have been so tired towards the end of it. That was my only one question, will my hair fall? And yeah, it happened. And
I think as doctors, we always, focus on life-threatening conditions. Very rarely, as doctors, we understand that these are the things which are, heartbreaking for a patient.
yeah,
So I think it's very important that all these aspects which come with the treatment,
yeah.
which we don't think are medically significant, can
Yeah.
be very, very emotionally significant. I mean, I can see that it deeply affected you.
Oh yeah, the day I had to go bald, that was the only time I really howled and howled. But yeah, again, coming to the cancer bit, the doctor was very good. I did not have to remove my uterus, just 6 chemotherapies. And yeah. And what was worse was not the first PET scan when I was diagnosed with cancer. Meri fati jab I had to do my PET scan after my chemos were over कि कहीं मुझे relapse नहीं आए. So that was more scary than going through the whole treatment for me.
Right.
Like what if there's a relapse? Like I've dealt with it. Now to deal with it again
Yes.
was the scary part for me.
You mentioned that, आपको मालूम चल गया था, डॉक्टर किरण ने आपको लिफ्ट में बता दिया था. But फिर भी आपने ना, मतलब it's probably the worst news that any person living can hear.
Yeah.
And yet you went in with a smiling face because you did not want your parents to feel very sad. Of course, they would be shattered, but you wanted to put a brave face. I think that's what many women do. We diminish our own pain so that the family feels
I think
better.
that's what women are all about. They don't want to show their pain, and especially to their parents, because they've given us birth.
Yeah.
So if we are going through something, they'll be going through something probably worse and helpless. Ke, मेरी बच्ची है या मेरा बेटा है, तो that fear of
Right.
losing a child is worse than
Absolutely.
anything else. So
Absolutely. And you come from a very illustrious, very successful family.
yeah.
But in the last 10, 15 years, all of you have gone through a lot. Be it your brother's,
Yeah.
issues or your father's cancer diagnosis. So how does that strength come into, pull each other through all of it?
I think we are family of fighters. We give each other strength in our own ways. So yeah, I've seen the strength from my mom, from my dad, from my brother. And for me, the fact that I could survive all this, I still believe that life is beautiful and I want to live it.
Right. I see you consistently posting on social media about your workouts.
Yeah.
I see a lot of women, and what I find is they will start on this journey of fitness, they'll start eating right, they'll start exercising, but because of their responsibilities, they're not able to keep it up. So how are you able to be so consistent in your workouts?
See, I never ate healthy for 51 years of my life, and I can proudly say that. I never trained. मैं gym जाती थी 5 दिन नहीं होता था. But then when I had jaundice last year, severe jaundice, I said नहीं, भगवान ने मुझे मुश्किल से 9-10 किलो कम करवाया 3 हफ्ते में. I'm not gonna let this chance go.
Oh, don't tell me.
Yeah. Because
you
I was
lost a lot
always
of
like,
weight.
I lost
Okay.
like 9-10 kilos.
And because
in
of
like
the
3
jaundice.
weeks, yeah, for jaundice. And I probably thought I'd lose these 10 kilos in like 8 months. Wo bhi struggle karke. But when I lost that, and I remember I could not eat for like 2 weeks. And I just asked the doctor that, doc, will I put on my weight back? He said, yeah.
Oh.
And that's when I said, enough. I am not going to put on this weight back. And I'm going to train because I had no muscle left at all. And that's when I realized that I'm going to work hard and just, like the more I started working out, the more I felt better physically, mentally, emotionally, makes me committed to my food, to my health routine, to everything.
Right. Probably once it becomes a habit, then you feel that, something is amiss, you haven't done your
like
workout.
Today, like if today I have to speak to someone and I'll tell them in the morning, they're like, oh, you're anxious. I said, yeah, I know. Why? Because I'm not going to the gym. I get anxiety now if I don't train on the days I'm, supposed to train. And the days I train, it's like, I feel I've done something for myself by training on the days, on the days I do.
A lot of us women, we have anxiety. Some of us suffer from depression. Many of us are on medications. How has exercise helped you, with all these issues, and how does it keep you emotionally healthy?
See, just that when I started training, it was like the endorphins, the happy, hormones started like, getting in. And I started feeling damn good. Though I started with like 20-30 minutes initially, but just that feel good factor कि हाँ मैंने कुछ किया है, मैंने जिम में वेट उठाया या कुछ किया है. So it's like a very, correlated. It makes you eat healthy. You want to get your nutrition.
Right.
Once everything is in order, the feel-good factor of going, it's better than any anxiety medicines, any antidepressants. It's just like, your natural body is producing those happy hormones for you to feel better.
Right.
So,
who is your inspiration as you work out? Your brother is one of the fitness icons. All of us look up to him.
My brother, my dad,
right,
and my mom, because touch wood, my parents are so fit as their age, even today. And I want to be as fit as them, which I never thought I would be on this journey of fitness ever in my life. But at their age, when they hardly have me, I don't want to be on the wheelchair. I don't want somebody taking care of me in my late ages. And seeing my brother never give up. He works so hard with his, physique, with what he eats. And I've seen it, like, obviously, personally, his dedication. So,
As somebody who struggled with weight loss for a large number of years, eventually you had to undergo a surgery for medical reasons to help you with your medical issues. Now that you have been able to maintain that weight loss with your workout consistency, what is the message that you would like that it should go out there to women who are struggling to lose weight?
See, when I had the bariatric surgery, I had to do it for medical reasons. I was like 130. And I did it for all my health reasons were going against me: diabetes, sleep apnea, high blood pressure, you name it. So I didn't go through it as in, I want to look thin, but I went in to cure all my diseases that obesity had given me. So I did lose a lot of weight, but my game changer was jaundice.
Right.
Even though I'd lost a lot of kgs, but again, my addiction to junk food, that never stopped.
Right.
And अभी लगता डॉक्टर ने बोला होगा तू ऐसे नहीं सीखेगी, मैं तेरे को जॉन्डिस देता हूँ, where you have no option but to start eating healthy.
But that was, I mean, almost a life-threatening condition that you had. You mentioned you lost all your muscle mass, you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, it was, but I mean, it rewarded me also. In fact, about two weeks back, I had to just go in for my routine sonography, and I've always had a fatty liver, a third grade fatty liver, and the doctor just tells me, "Oh, you just have 10%." So मैं थोड़ा confused थी, 10% of grade 3, or what is he talking about? So I called up my doctor. I had to go out after that. I called up my doctor. And he was like, Sunaina, you have reversed your grade 3 fatty liver to a grade 1, and that to like a 10%. And, that's the day I thought I'd achieve something, not physically, but, reversing something internally was more of a moment to me, like super proud of. Then, it's very easy to work out in the gym, build that muscle, build that strength, everything. But to actually reverse an organ in your body was, I mean, that day I started crying. I was crying the whole day.
Absolutely, and for good reason, because for all our listeners out there, fatty liver is something which I see so commonly in women and girls. And let me tell you something, it is something which is actually very difficult to reverse, because it is something which is happening internally to us because of everything around us. It's not just our diet, it's so many other things around us which contribute to a fatty liver. And stage 3 is actually just one step short of cirrhosis.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to kidneys, you can get a dialysis, but when it comes to liver, there's no other option. There's nothing you can do. So I think it's actually a very big thing, because when we work out, we think it's for external, to get gains, to look good, to get a 6-pack. But you have been doing something right, because you've changed yourself from inside out, not just from outside.
Which I didn't realize till, I'd done the sonography. I'd even forgotten that I had a grade 3 fatty liver. But that day when the doctor, and I told him, Doc, please send me a voice message. It's something I'm really proud of, and I want to keep it with me. And for me, it does not end there. That 10% of grade 1 has to go away completely. That's like my next goal in life.
And you'll get there, for sure.
Thank you.
So you do engage in a lot of workouts. Yeah. How do you support this with a diet? And how important is sleep? You said you're an early bird. Yeah. So sleeping on time, getting up on time, how does that all add up?
Like they say, eating healthy is 80% of the job done, and 20% is what you do in the gym. So I make sure my meals are on time, and my meals are like what the diet plan is like, and my oil is restricted. Obviously, it's become like a lifestyle change for me eating healthy. Agar main kal masala bhi dekhti hu, I'm like, no. And it's not as though I'm like kind of saying, mera man kar raha hai. Aajkal man bhi nahi karta karne ko, because I've been doing it for more than a year. So yeah, and I keep my meals, because that's the only source of nutrition for me to, because jaundice ke baad, as you know, that you can't be given too much of medication.
Correct.
And that was the only source of nutrition for me to like be there, get healthier. So a lot of my focus goes on to my meals, then my workout.
Right. So
and I think, it's the meals that help me reverse my fatty liver, just eating healthy.
So what kind of food do you eat? Are you a vegan? Do you eat dairy?
I am an vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
I've been an vegetarian all my life. I never ate eggs, but now to get healthier, I can do anything except eat non-veg food. For me, and I've never been like the salad person and the millet ka, jawar ka roti. But today I think I can go to any extent to eat right, to eat healthy. And what I really know is the body loves to be consistent.
Right.
To keep up to the time of your meals, because the body loves being consistent, and the more consistent you are with your meals or your workout, the better your body rewards you.
Right. Perfect. as a doctor, I see a lot of tuberculosis, especially the place where I come from. Tuberculosis is rampant. All of us think of tuberculosis as something which has to do with the lungs, and people are spitting blood and coughing. But
Yeah.
in reality, tuberculosis affects almost all the organs.
Yeah.
And you had one of the most dangerous forms of tuberculosis, that
Yeah.
is brain tuberculosis,
Yeah.
or the tuberculosis of
Meningitis,
the
yeah.
meninges. So how was it diagnosed and what actually happened?
See, I was like, I couldn't like eat anything. And for me, actually, it started with a very, like I had a knee injury at that point. And I just like for 2 weeks, because I couldn't train, I was just on Mari biscuits and watermelon. And that my immunity dropped.
Mhm.
And then I started, couldn't eat, couldn't have sunlight. Like my room was like all black with chart paper. And then one day I just got delirious. I was taken to the hospital ASAP, and I was treated under Dr. Udvadia. And yeah, so I would just tell everybody, no crash diets,
Right.
Nothing like mujhe, 3 hafte mein itna kg, because your immunity goes down, and
Right.
tuberculosis can attack any part of the body.
And I know, when we were growing up, this used to be the craze. Only watermelon diet, only lemon
Yeah.
diet. So, the talk about protein and all of it has come much later.
Yeah.
Back in our days, whenever we wanted to lose weight, we would go on one of these GM diets and all
yeah.
those kind of things.
Yeah.
And your body actually, the things that fight with infection are antibodies, which are actually made of protein. So if you're not eating any protein, your immunity is really going to drop down.
And I think that's what my immunity must have like really crashed.
Right.
And I landed up with this.
But I really love that you chose to, speak about it. Most of us, even as doctors, it will surprise you, 5 out of 10 doctors have some form of TB or the other, because we are so exposed to patients.
Yeah.
But most of us, even as doctors, we keep it under wraps.
Yes.
We never like to talk about it.
But why is that so?
I don't know.
I mean, why is, I think, TB considered?
It should not be. I think the more we talk about it,
I also feel that probably it is considered like a stigma, because people rectify TB as, again, coughing and probably contagious, but people don't know you can have TB of the back, stomach, brain, TB in any form.
And in fact, other than tuberculosis of the lungs, none of these are contagious. So, you really can't catch it from somebody who has a tuberculosis of the uterus or the meningeal tuberculosis. Wonderful. Sunaina, what's your favorite exercise?
I love my legs.
Oh, really?
I love to do my leg workout. Yeah. Because unfortunately, I lost all muscle on my leg first.
So when you had the jaundice?
Yeah, when I had the jaundice. And I love, people say that is the toughest thing. But like since a year, I was doing, like lifting weights and all. But then recently, I just switched to more mobility, because I've realized mujhe muscle to dikhana nahi hai. I'd rather get strong.
Okay.
I used to do my body composition like almost every month. But now I'm like, enough. I want to like gain strength instead of muscle now.
Right. So, as women, as we age, we want to be strong enough and we want to be injury-free mainly.
Yeah. And that is what my new trainer, I fondly call him Anna. It's been 2 months and I've had no injuries.
Right.
I'd rather be strong today than build muscle.
Correct. Right. What is the best time to work out? Do you like to work out in the morning or in the evening?
Well, I prefer mornings, because then I'm done with my day. And the evenings, I mean, afternoon tak, if there's a change and you have to work out, it would be like before 3. Because then after, in the evening, at least for me, there's so much of an endorphin rush, there's so much of energy that makes me, I think I won't be able to sleep the whole night. And it's happened to me before.
Yeah.
Your endorphins, there's so much of energy that you have from training in the evenings that
you can't fall asleep.
I can't fall asleep. So that's why I prefer mornings. And I have energy throughout the whole day also.
Right. Who's your fitness inspiration?
Well, that's a hard one. There is my brother, my father, and certainly Mr. Virat Kohli.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have these 3 fitness people I look up to.
I think now I've been following you on Instagram for a while.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and I think you are going to be the fitness inspiration of not only me, but many, many other women out there.
That's what I want to take up, Doc, in my life. That, I want to like give back society what I have gone through so that they don't suffer and, they don't think that they're the only ones who've gone through it, but the other people going through it too, and they've come out of it.
Right.
And yeah, I've been going through your Insta profile and I'm just intrigued by knowing, towards the end you write, Ho Gya Aaj Ka. So what does that mean?
So, Sunaina, how it works is that I'm a doctor and a mother and doing so many things together. So many times it's very easy to, say, oh, I'm so tired today. I have a lot of cases today. Aaj rehne dete hain. But, when I put my workout every day and I put it out there, Ho Gya Aaj Ka, if I don't, then, somebody will message me, Yaar, aaj ka nahi hua.
Yeah.
So it's like true. A way that I make myself more accountable and consistent. And also I've seen that, there are many people who are out there following us whom we do not even know.
No, yeah.
And, if you can motivate just one woman.
1% is also like achieve, like, you make like even 1% of the population is, it's good enough for people like you and me to inspire and to motivate.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you were asking me why I came into podcasting.
Podcast, yeah.
So as a doctor, I actually get all my inspiration from my patients. I see women and I see women during tough phases of their life.
Yeah.
How they gather the strength to, face all these issues, medical issues, financial issues, and they come out of it. That is what keeps me going. And I think these are the stories that need to be heard.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with. I mean, I strongly believe that women are the strongest species in this universe. There is no stronger being than a woman.
Right. Sunaina, what is the one thing that you would want your daughter to know or to learn from your life?
Never give up. Stay healthy, stay fit. And what today I mean in general by staying fit is not like the amount. You can be like 80, 90 kilos, but being internally fit is more important. And yeah, get your regular checkups done. And yeah, that we're all there for her. And yeah, and go inspire the world like the mother does now.
Right.
And go and achieve your dreams.
And I can see she's a very hardworking girl. She is into innovative things. She runs a kitchen. She's also a healer.
Yeah, she's a healer. And then she loves to knit. She's a baker. She makes amazing croissant. And yeah, she just keeps herself busy.
How has spirituality helped you in your life, in your journey? You've gone through some very, very difficult times.
I've never really, I pray to God, but I'm not a very spiritual person. Like, I won't listen to bhajans. That like bog me down. So I always just pray to God, gratitude, and I could just be in gratitude, even if I'm sitting in the car. Thank you, God. Gratitude does not have to mean like going to the temple. I mean, I do go to temples, but everyday gratitude, you could be like brushing your teeth and think of something and just say, God, thank you.
Thank you.
मुझे ये, आपने मुझे ये किया. And yeah, I mean, I recently started doing a gratitude journal, but I could be anywhere and just saying, thank you, God. For me, that's a form of prayer I give God.
Right. So beautiful. And I think all of us, we need not wait till the times that we lose something, somebody we love, our health, our peace of mind, to be, missing what we had. It's always better to be grateful for what we have right here, right now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sunaina. One last advice to all the women out there who are listening to you.
Don't give up. We are strong. We can do it.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
for
sharing
your, life story so candidly, so frankly.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Just
loved having you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really enjoyed. आज की इस मुलाकात के बाद आप सबने जान लिया होगा कि एक नहीं, कई सारी बड़ी बड़ी बीमारियां, बहुत सारी मुसीबतें, ये सब पार करते हुए सुनैना जी आज कई महिलाओं को इंस्पायर कर रही हैं अपनी फिटनेस जर्नी से और अपनी हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल से। सुनैना, क्या है वो 2 शब्द जो आप सारी महिलाओं से कहना चाहेंगे?
Never give up. We have the strength within us to go achieve and overcome it. So never give up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
And it
having
was
me
just
here,
wonderful
Doc. It
having
was a
you.
pleasure.